Welcome back, YouTube. I'm here with another weapons review. This is a sequel to what I did the last time. Now, last time I covered my sword and my grandmother's swords. Now here, I'm not going to cover them, but I'm just going to have those swords here just to honor her. The point of this video is I'm going to do the same technique, but with different weapons. Now, with this one is I have the sword from Samurai Shinflu, and then I have a curved blade, which is a katana, but it doesn't have the hilt on it. And then I have one with the hilt, and it's a curved blade. And then I have my Ninjato. So the point of this video is people ask me, is it easier to do this technique with this sword than it is with this one? And this is what we're here to cover. So let's get into it.
Ninja Carter, show me the way of a ninja.
First, I'm going to start on this side, which is Mugen's sword from Samurai Shinflu. And for those anime fans out there, you can see this. This is the real sword. It's not full tang, but it's the real sword from the anime. As you can see, the hilt and everything. So yeah, so it's Mugen's sword right there. Then you have the katana with no hilt. It's a curved blade. I'm not a fan of curved blades. I'll tell you that right now, because that's just not the way I move, but I can do the same techniques with them, but it's going to feel different. The weight's going to feel different. And the thing is, it's like, well, you're going to see, we're going to get there. But yeah, this is also full tang. I'm going to get into the other details. See right there. And the next one, you got another katana, but this one has the hilt on it. This one is also a curved blade. And this was actually pretty cool. It's got kind of like a burgundy tint to it. I don't know if I can see there. There it goes. It's got more of a burgundy tint to it, but this was also full tang. There's a real one right here too. Yeah, so there's that one. Then you got my favorite, and you'll probably see me use this in all my videos or anytime I'm doing whatever practice or training or sparring or cutting up fruit just for the fun of it. But yeah, so this one's a straight sword. This is full tang. This is my favorite, one of my favorites. I had this for probably maybe like 15 or 20 years now. Yeah, so but I'm gonna start with this one. So the first technique I want to do, I'm gonna draw and then I'm gonna resheath it. So I'm gonna do that with all the blades, and I'm gonna explain and show you the difference in between them. Now, true enough, it's a video, you won't be able to see, or you won't be able to know the weight difference in between them, but I'm gonna tell you and try to explain in the best detail possible the same technique, different weapons, and then some things you're going to be able to see. So anyway, let's get started, because I don't want to keep yapping. But so drawing it out here, to me, like with straight swords, it feels smoother to me because it's coming straight out versus the curved blade. And on top of that, the weight feels better. Like, because with curved blades, I feel like the weight isn't evenly distributed, I guess, across the weapon. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So this one is a no-brainer to me. Like I said, this is, maybe I'm biased, I guess, but straight swords just feel better to me, better weight. Now, let's say we're going with this one. This one is a little heavier. So when I'm drawing this one out, now, if you notice, it took me a little longer because this blade is longer, obviously. But when I'm doing something like this feels different, like, because it's a curved blade. So it feels different doing something like this and resheathing it here than it does with that one. True enough, yes, that one is shorter. So you're going to say, like, well, of course, Matt, it's obviously lighter, and it's shorter. So you're going to have less of a distance to have to pull it out. And it should be faster because it's less weight, right? But describing it is like pulling it here. Like, yeah, I can't pull this straight if I have to. I have to pull with a natural curve versus this one. I can come straight. So to me, I feel like if it's coming out straight, it's less time to me. That's just in my mind. Maybe, I don't know. But I just feel like it's less time to go here straight than it does just to have like that slight, like if I'm here in front, and I'm drawing it out, this can come straight out like this, right? Versus, or it can come straight out like here, like I'm turning it and then I can come straight right there. Versus the other one, this katana right here, it has a slight curve to it. So like I said, I'm still, and that's one thing too. Like with this, you can. That one's a little stiff right there though. I don't know why it is. I gotta fix that too. But when I'm pulling this out here and I'm drawing, right? Now I can pull it out straight here, but it feels like I can't just. There's still a curve to it. That's what I say you guys won't be able to tell in the video, but it feels like I can't come straight out here. Like even looking right there, because I kind of just saw that. Even coming here, right? I still have to look at this. I'm drawing straight. You see how my hand curved a little bit when it's coming out versus here. Versus here, I can just come straight like this. You see that? How I just come straight? And then keep in mind that this one is a straight sword compared to that one. So I just feel like I can go from here and I can draw, turn, and it comes straight up front. So to me, that just feels better. So that's one of the ways. Now, on this one, the next one, like I said, this one doesn't have the hilt. It's also a curved blade. It's slightly lighter than this one right here, but this one doesn't have the hilt. So when you're drawing, people are going to ask, like, so how do you draw with this one? How do you because you can't use your thumb on the hilt to push it up, right? So my thing is, what I do is like, because I'm gonna show you this. So look, both of these right here, right? So when I'm drawing with this one, I can use my thumb, right? Or in animes, they go like this. Right? I can use my thumb to kind of push it up. But this one, you can't do that. You can, but you can't. It feels weird. So what I do is with this one, I just kind of, my opponent won't be able to see it, but I'll just kind of like pull it up here and I'll just keep it right there. But you kind of don't have to, because this doesn't have like that stickiness to it to where it's a little difficult to pull. So you can still come here, right? And then you can draw, you can pull it from there like that. But keep in mind, curved blades versus straight swords, the weight is different. So when I'm doing something like this, right, and you'll see like a lot of people, a lot of performers do those tricks like that, that feels different because the weight isn't, that feels different because the weight, obviously, like you see how one's straight and one's curved. The weight feels different from using this one like this. That feels different because it's longer and it's curved. Even if they were the same length, the weight would still feel different to me. Like I would notice. Even if I was blindfolded, I'm like, I can tell what's curved and what's not. This feels better to me just because the weight feels even, you know? So I don't know. That's just me. Forgive me, warriors. I should never put my blades on the ground, but here, just resheath it. But yeah, it feels different. Now, so this right here, going like that. That's kind of like my thing to put it behind my back. Oh, speaking of that, I'm gonna show you this too. So, like I said, I'm gonna show you different ways to resheath it. So, yeah, there's this way, right? Then there's this way here, right? And right here. Then you have behind your back. How I do it behind my back is I like to go like that, and then I go here, and then I go like this. Here, like that. Okay, now I just resheath it behind my back. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with these. Okay. Now I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I'm trying to get through this. Just bear with me. So God, this is so heavy compared to this one, bro. All right, so here, and it's longer. You see, it took a longer distance. But now, when I'm doing this, I don't have to look at the blade to know when it's time to put it in. So I did a tutorial video on this. So look, to resheath it, make sure your hand is like this on it. So basically, like when you're resheathing it here, when the tip gets to that part right there, you know, boom, you see how it fell in? Just like that, and then goes in, falls in perfectly. So look, so it goes here, just like that. I don't gotta look at it. I just know. So there's that way of resheathing it. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do it behind the back. See how it was longer to do it? Took a lot longer, but same way, but it just feels a little different with the curve, and it's, like I said, it's longer. So now this one is really easy. It's just this, that feels different. Pulling this out from there to there. So there like that. And then this one's easier to do this technique. I know you guys seen a lot of people do this, right? How that quick draw technique that you see in like animes, or you see people doing it now, live action. They do that quick draw like that. It's really easy to do it with a blade like this. You can do it with those with hilts, but it's smoother to do it this way with this one, because like, so when I'm going right here, right out like this, and then back in, that's smoother to do it this way than it is if I was to grab this one right here. Now say if I'm doing the same thing with this right here, when I'm trying to do that, the hilt's in the way. So, and basically like how you do that is, you basically like you're popping the hilt out actually, and then when you're coming with this one, you're drawing out, and basically like this finger, like this index finger here is going to move under so you can flip. So honestly, that technique don't have no real power. That's not going to cut somebody in half. I know you guys see it in animes or live action. It's really just for show, and really depending on how people angle the camera when they're doing the technique, it looks super cool. But in reality, when you're doing it right here, if you're trying to do it without the hilt getting in your way, it's hard to do it because this right here is going to feel unbalanced. Okay, so why it's easier to do it with this one is because the hilt's not there. So when you're doing this here, like this, when I'm drawing out, it's a little difficult. You see how I kind of had to go out to come back in? And the reason why is because the blade is longer and it's heavier. So I have to change my stance and weight almost. And I have to kind of like reach. Now you can say like, oh, well, you're probably just not at that skill level to do it. You try doing it with these different swords and you'll feel the difference. You'll notice. But that also makes you a master in the same way, because if you can do the same technique with different weapons, it doesn't matter. Like like I tell people, all chain weapons are pretty much the same. Like if you know how to use nunchucks, you know how to use 3-section staff. You know, if you know how to use bow staff, then you know how to use, well, I guess spear would be the same thing, but you get the point I'm trying to make. But yeah, so it makes you a master of all weapons. Now, here's a difficult one. All right. So try drawing with this one. How are you going to do it? That's what you're probably wondering, right? Matt, how are you going to draw? How are you going to draw it like this? How does Mugen do it in Samurai Champloo? The answer to that question is Mugen doesn't do that. Mugen pulls it from his back, remember? So, and technically, Mugen isn't a samurai. Mugen is more of a fighter that uses samurai techniques. In fact, if you were watching that episode where he's fighting the samurai that smells the sunflowers, he was saying that, oh, I see what you do. You use erotic patterns to make your movement unpredictable. So technically, Mugen is not really a samurai. That's just my opinion, but he is dope. So this isn't a real sword, so it has like that stickiness to it, that display like glue kind of. But yeah, so if I'm trying to do that, let's just say I'll start from here, because that's weird. Say I start from here and I draw out and I try to resheath it here. Now, here's the thing. I can't do this because that's in the way. I can still do it that way, but what happens right here? Oh, my hand's in the way. You can't do that. So, say if I try to do the same technique. Now, it's different. It's not supposed to be on this side, but it is on this side. So, let's try it again. So, notice when I'm doing this, when I bring this in, instead of my hand being away, what I do is I slightly shift my fist over this way. So, I'm going to do it faster. So, here. All right. See, I move my hand because I don't want to get stabbed. But basically, that's how you do it. So the same technique, different weapons. So you basically, like the answer, the thing I'm trying to tell you is you have to adjust even a little bit. But that's what makes you better. That's what makes you not really a jack of all trades, but that's what makes you versatile in different weapons. It gives you more experience and it gives you more knowledge on how to adjust in even the smallest situations. So, oh, nothing. All right, so I'm gonna resheath it behind my back. So with this one, if I was to start here, so like this, I'm gonna go back. Now that's kind of difficult. Reason why? Because Mugen's blade is double edged. So just so you guys know that. So if you're asking, so how do you resheath it like this? If it's supposed to go in the back of your hand and it's double edged blade, like for an example, just so you guys know, when real samurais, when they have their swords, if they don't have the sheath, they don't put their swords like this. The blade goes up. The blade never touches the ground at all. So anyway, I'm gonna put it like this. Hopefully it doesn't fall. All right. So like I said, for single edge blades, remember when you're doing it, when you're resheathing it, right, it comes back here, comes on the back of your hand, and then it goes in, right? But that single edge blade, what we were just doing was with a double edge blade. So you're wondering, if you're wondering, so how do you resheath it if it's a double edged blade? Well, how you resheath it is, say if I'm here, I'm going to use these two fingers, right? See these two fingers on the side? I'm going to guide it and it's not going to touch my hand at all. That's why I said those slight details is what's going to make you better. Now, is it going to make you better with fighting? No, but is it going to, you knowing that, is it going to help you from making a fool of yourself when you're displaying something with a different sword that has, a different type of hilt or whatever? Yes, it's going to make you better. And that little bit makes a world of a difference. Now, true enough, that's not going to save your life. But if you're one of those people that are performance, like to perform or do showmanship, then that's something you need to know, obviously. But so yeah, that was the different weapons. So like I said, the black one and the Jato right here, that's my favorite. Like I said, I use that one for pretty much anything I'm showing, whatever weapons review video or sword technique or cutting up fruit or whatever I'm doing for YouTube or teaching or whatever for seminars. I most likely use this weapon because to me that has the best balance. It doesn't get in the way, and on top of that, if I had to use a sword, right, and let's say if I'm in a weird area, like let's say a hallway. Well, if you're in a hallway, longer weapons give you the disadvantage. So if I have a sword that's smaller, to where I can use it in multiple areas, then that's what I want to do, right? So, like I said, this is the best bet for me. It's not too long, it's not too short. It's got the best weight for me. Curved blade, but without the hilt, it's kind of difficult and it feels a little strange too. And it doesn't protect your hand from different guards and blocking like that. This one's good. It's a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, but it also feels good. This one is just a display sword, but it's still fun to have. So without that, I hope that helps everybody. And yeah, that's 3 weapons review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I hope you have fun. I'll see you next time.